Hi,
Hi,
Pankaj.
Jason. How are you,
How are
Jason?
you? I'm doing good. What about you?
Good, good.
So tell me.
So before we start, Jason, just let me, give context to our audience, what we are doing, what kind of conversation we will have. So,
Okay.
yes, friends. So I am Pankaj. With me today, I have Jason. He has his own YouTube channel called as People's Traveler. This conversation, it's where we will understand how Jason started his journey and what really motivated him. During this
Right.
conversation, if you want to ask any questions, feel free to ask any questions. We will try to answer those questions as well. So Jason, to start with, yeah, you started blogging, but if I want to start something new, हम सोचते ना यार ये हिम्मत कैसे आई like when you thought कि यार I should go ahead with this अब मुझे ये करना ही
Right.
करना when that moment happened, yeah.
So, Pankaj, I'm not sure if everyone knows about it. That well, it's very simple. That my passion for traveling had started long back. I would say about 14 to 15 years ago when I started really traveling outside the country. I had the opportunity to travel when I had first joined cruise lines. So it was a
Mhm.
cruise industry job that I joined in the year 2008. And before that, in the year 2006, when I actually joined casinos in Goa. And from
Okay,
there, I got the exposure of the casino industry, and then I left for Carnival Cruise Lines in 2008. So that was when I first got the opportunity to really travel on my own, away from family, away from your friends who you're used to spending time with. So my solo journey started around that time. I would say about 14 to 15 years ago. Back then, YouTube or vlogging as such was not,
not a
we were
very
not
big
very
thing, yeah.
exposed to it.
Correct,
And
correct.
I had videos, I used to remove videos back then when I had traveled to Europe, a lot of countries in Europe, in the east coast of Canada as well as USA. Then I went down further to Bahamas, West Indies, Mexico,
Beautiful places,
Honduras,
yeah.
a lot of culture, a lot of people, language, food. I had exposure early on in my life, but I never used to do vlogging as such. So all these vlogs, so as to say, is all in my mind, um, and they are really fond memories. I really wish
Okay.
I could have removed those videos back then, but I didn't. I had a few very raw videos, like those personal family videos that you just want to
Mhm.
remove and then share it on Skype. Back then, we had Skype, and I used to share it with my family, but not really into vlogging. But yes, I
So
even back
how,
then my style of traveling was very raw. If you've
okay.
seen my vlogs, even right now, it is
So,
very raw way
so
of traveling.
Jason, so Jason understood that you have traveled a lot, you had exposure, but
Yeah.
फिर vlogging अभी कैसे start हुआ मतलब अभी क्यों आपने start किया like you thought अभी this is what something I should really do.
Yes. So, I had a very big gap of in my traveling, in my actual solo traveling. I had a gap in between where, due to different kind of work, culture, and environment, I was not able to really travel the way I wanted to. Then, when I was last working in 2000 and between 2014 to 2019, I was working for a firm. It was a BPO industry. I was working, as you know, we were working together. And then, so what had happened was the cruise industry, which I had left long back, I had to leave it on a very sudden notice. I had, at that time, I had appendix. So I was diagnosed with appendix, and because of which I could not continue with the cruise industry back then. So it was like a Adhura Sapna, like something which didn't entirely finish or got fulfilled. And it was always
Okay.
in my mind, that didn't end in the way I wanted to. So what happened in
Hmm.
2019 was, in India, cruise lines came for the very first time by the name of Jalesh Cruises. I'm not sure if everyone has heard of it.
That's
So when Jalesh Cruises came to India, I thought, something which was left unfulfilled back then. I want to really go back and complete it. And it was sailing from Mumbai, so I
Okay, so you
did that.
joined that
I
crew.
applied for it.
Okay, okay.
Fortunately, I got through, and I got
Nice.
to live my dreams again as a traveler. Now, coming fast forward to 2019, a lots have changed in terms of technology, in terms of how we express ourselves, how we can show to our friends and to people how we travel, or basically how we can express ourselves. So I thought, traveling is the best form of expression for me, and it's my passion. So why not? Let me do vlogs about my travels. So when
Okay.
I joined Jalesh Cruises, I again got opportunity to travel. I started from Singapore, and then we did Gulf. We did a few ports in Oman, in UAE, Abu Dhabi, Dubai. We did Bahrain as well. Even ports in India around Mumbai. And then I thought, why not? I will start vlogging. Now I
Okay.
don't know how to vlog. I have never done it before. Though I've seen a
Yeah.
few vloggers who do it, but I didn't want it to come across gimmicky or something where I'm like a like something. So
Hmm.
everyone have their own style of
Correct,
vlogging.
correct.
So I thought I'll kind of come across as very raw. And if you see my content, it comes across in a
Correct.
very raw form, and not a lot of edits, not a lot of gimmicks. And what I want to showcase is the people and the language, the culture, and how I experience that. And that's how vlogging came
So,
to me. Really, it just
so
kind of,
Jason,
I
if
thought,
I
why not? I want to build these memories for a time when I grow older, or when my son grows older, he can enjoy these
so
misadventures.
just
You
to
can say what
remind,
it is,
yes, yes,
father
yes. So just to
done.
remind our audience, Jason, I have Jason live with me. People's Traveler is his YouTube channel. You can subscribe and watch his content. And Jason, the content which you create, honestly, this is what I feel यार कोई ना एक आम आदमी जो travel करेगा ना वो कैसे travel करेगा? So there are many
Absolutely.
influencers, but obviously, we cannot book a very business class ticket book करके चले गए. That's not going to happen. So that is why I really like your videos. So Jason, next
Thank you so
thing
much.
which I would like to understand now. So now you have started vlogging, but somewhere do you feel क्या? अरे यार ये नहीं करना चाहिए था. I'm stuck. I think अब मैं start करके पछता रहा हूँ. Do you get that feeling or you really enjoy it?
Not at all. So, for me, it's very different to vlog wholeheartedly like other vloggers. The reason is because when you have other responsibilities, now I've got a son as well who's growing, and I have to look after a lot of what he does in his day-to-day life, as well as I've got other responsibilities at home. It gets very difficult to vlog or to do solo traveling in the way how other young vloggers do it,
Hmm.
and that was
Agree.
always in my mind before I started the channel. But then when I got that opportunity to travel on the cruise lines and I collected those content, I thought I will share that to begin with. And once I have done that now, and of course my family does support me in my passion for traveling. Even in the future, whenever I do get the opportunity to travel to these exotic places, I will bring that across to everyone. I have a lot of plans in my mind, not only for the domestic sector of
Okay.
traveling, even cross-border traveling, and how that comes as an experience and what
Oh,
kind of challenges we face.
nice,
And there's a
nice.
lot
So you plan
planned
to
in the
travel
future.
abroad as well.
Yes. So without really revealing a lot of things, I have a lot of plans for the future, and you will definitely see these series coming through as well in the future content.
Great, yeah, great. So, Jason, moving ahead now. So, vlogger is something most of the times you cannot plan. Say, so have you come across some instances where you went, अब वहाँ पे restaurant बंद हो गया, या you went to somewhere or people over there are like, अरे भाई, अब मत कर यार, ये camera मत कर. So, how do you overcome these obstacles? I'm sure these things you would have come across.
Absolutely. So these things happen because when you vlog or when you go into a particular place or a lane or anywhere, the kind of vlog I do, I kind of just pick a random lane, or
Hmm.
I travel in the most amusing manner. If you have seen a few of the
Yes,
videos, I kind of
yes,
hitchhike,
out of
whether
lot of
it's on
hitchhiking.
top of
Yeah.
an open pickup truck, or a close pickup truck or someone on someone's bike. I kind of just take those risks. Trucks, lorries. There is my third or fourth video right from the start of the channel. It's called Tribute to Jalesh Cruises. So if you get to see that video, Tribute to Jalesh Cruises, you'll see the kind of hitchhiking and all that I do in that. So it's in a way, some people would say it's a risky form of traveling, but I've never ever felt the risk of it. As long as you know what you're doing, as long as you have a good head on your shoulder and you're thinking straight, it's very simple. People are simple.
Yes.
And that's why I named the channel as People's Traveler, because I'm not traveling for myself alone. I'm traveling for all those people who would love to travel, but for some or the other reason, they are not getting that opportunity to travel. So I invite them to travel with me through my perspective and eyes. Now, coming back to your question, the question of do you find challenges while traveling and how do you tackle that? Yes, I do. There was one occasion in Chennai where I'm doing a vlog, and then a person, a local, he doesn't like the fact that he's got camera on the face. Who will?
Correct.
A lot of places, we are not very comfortable with.
They're not comfortable.
And with me, unfortunately, I at the moment don't have the right kind of gear. When it comes to vlogging, I don't have the action cameras or the gimbals.
So we know that you have started
due to a
recently.
lot of reasons. I am planning to, but right now it looks very odd when I kind of just stick phone on people's face and still manage to keep a very steady video. So I'm learning with time. But when you stick a mobile on people's face and pretend that you're vlogging, for them it looks very weird. That what is he doing?
What is
And they come across sometimes that don't do that. And then I sometimes am not allowed to show that because of course I don't have that person's consent, so that gets edited out. But yes, I do face these challenges. Not every time. Sometimes you will. And that's what I would like to say to any new vloggers who would like to start, that it's not going to be easy, but at the same time, it's not going to be very...
Sorry to interrupt. My next question was about that only. What would you recommend to new vloggers who would like to start this? But I think you have answered that. You started answering it proactively, so continue, please.
So yes, continuing to your next question is that how easy is vlogging? It is, if you have the passion to travel and to vlog, you can do it. Now, if you don't have the passion to travel, but you have the passion to vlog, then you will find challenges somewhere. So you need to have two passions. One is the passion to travel, which has to be the basic. And then if you want to vlog, you can still learn. But traveling is something that needs to come from within. Not everyone can do it in the same manner. Everyone have different styles of doing it. So I would only recommend to new vloggers to use your own style of vlogging.
Okay.
What suits you, what you're comfortable with, and go for it. If you're not comfortable to do a hitchhike, that's fine. You can take a bus, you can take an auto. Because when you solo travel, the aim in your mind should be how less I can spend and how far I can travel and how much I can experience. Yes. So otherwise, it's very easy to just kind of book a Ola and Uber and to travel around places. But that's not the kind of travel I do. So to the young vloggers, that is my suggestion, is to go out there with your heart. First thing is you need to have that passion of traveling. Vlogging will come with time.
So Jason, I think you have put it across very effectively that if you want to start vlogging, be authentic, and at the same time, you said that spend less but travel more. That should be the idea if you want to cover a lot of places. So agree.
How you do it is up to you. If you're comfortable, doing the hitchhiking or taking those small, simple steps, trust me, you're gonna have an experience you'll never forget in your life. Because at every turn, you have a surprise waiting for you. And when we are at home, at the comfort of our home, we start wondering that no, if I travel alone or if I take those kind of risks, it's going to come out very risky, or what's going to happen, the people are bad and all those things. All those things are in your head. If you travel smart, if as I said earlier, if you have a good, strong, solid head on your shoulders, you will know when it's risky, you'll know what is the best or right time to take those risks. Or, for example, in the night, I would not do that. If you notice that, in the night time, it's not very safe to
Not
really
very
take
safe.
those kind of risks. Exactly. So when it's the right time, if it's the right kind of conditions, experience something that you've never experienced before, and you're going to really love it.
So, Jason, something, out of the box question here. So what would you prefer, Jason? A planned travel or travel which is not planned? Because this is what I've heard from vloggers and people who travel a lot. If it's a planned travel, it will kill the excitement. Does that really also happen with you? Like if it's a planned travel, you are not that excited compared to if it's a non-planned travel?
So, with this question, I would say that how I do it is I at least plan the beginning of the journey, because I will not just go randomly out and then like a headless chicken. Where am I supposed to go? So I will just at least guide myself with the beginning of where I need to, what path am I taking, and where am I going. So let's say right now, currently, I'm doing the Kochi series, and there are other series coming along the way. But in this Kochi series, when I started the first day, I had a plan in my mind that I'm going to cover Fort Kochi area. Now,
Okay.
where in Fort Kochi or what I'm going to do was all a surprise to me as well. So I had a basic jotted direction that what I'm going to take, but how I reached there was an entire surprise because I did not get the right kind of transportation. Language was a barrier because it's Kerala and I'm not very well versed with how Malayalam is. When it was on the eastern coast, I had basic understanding of Telugu language. With time, I
Yeah.
picked that up and I was able to kind of understand the basics. But Malayalam was totally new to me, so it was confusing for me in terms of traveling. Then I took the journey in my direction. So that's why I say that you plan the beginning and then let the destiny take its course, and then your journey will be a surprising
Yeah,
one for you.
totally agree with you, Jason. I think the basic planning should be there. This is where I want to go. And obviously, once you reach, you never know what things will happen and what things you have to face. So, Jason, I have very young followers who follow me here, and they want to start something on their own, be it blogging, be it editing, and many other things. So,
Right.
let's understand if a person who has not vlogged wants to start vlogging, कितना
Right.
पैसा उसको खर्च करना पड़ेगा to get the basic gadget? Like, what is the approximate amount if you can give me?
When it
Approximate
comes to
amount. I
traveling,
know that I
there
have
is
put you in a difficult situation, but approximate amount.
not at all. So there is two set of costs involved here. One is your travel cost,
Okay.
which is like a ongoing cost, and you don't really know how much you're going to spend, where you're going to feel thirsty or hungry, what you're going to eat and drink,
Correct.
and what kind of transport you're going to take. It all depends on the journey.
Mm-hmm.
That is one set of cost, and the other one is your investment cost. It all depends on how much money you have or how much money you're willing to spend on the equipments. Now, I
Okay.
have a set list of equipments that I would want to invest in when it comes to my future vlogs, and I'm working towards that. But if you don't have the money, then you can
Basic
still do it the
basic
way I
कितने
did
का
it.
आ जाएगा? हाँ,
Just take
basic something.
your phone, and if the video clarity of the phone is good enough, then you can just go for it. I usually use a phone where I vlog at 1080 resolution for 60
Okay.
frames, and it gives me a decent clarity. And I'm not sure, I think a lot of people would not believe that if I would have not said it right now. So if you see the
Jason,
vlogs,
have
it
you
kind of
also
doesn't
bought a mic
feel
over
like I'm
there?
doing
Or,
it from a very basic Android phone.
okay. So Jason, is phone good enough या फिर आपको mic और कुछ और भी equipments की जरूरत लगेगी? Or is phone good enough? सिर्फ एक phone is good enough.
Initially, it is good enough if the phone is of a mid-range to high-range phone, where you can at least you can clock 1080 resolution with 60 frames
Okay.
minimum. Yeah, below that you will not get the right kind of clarity, or you will not be able to put it down in your video in the right way. What you want to
Understood.
express through
Understood.
your view.
Correct. So people who want to start vlogging, one thing is very important, that you require a good device to start with, and later, as you do well, you can, add more equipments. Okay.
You can add more equipments. Then what you can do for the beginner level is you can go into GoPro. GoPro now
Hmm.
has the Hero 11. I'm not sure if 12 is released. I'm not following GoPro. What I am more towards the device that I want to invest in is DJI. They are
Okay.
good in the drones section, but they have also started coming out with action camera. And I am looking to go and get a DJI Action 3. So that
Okay.
is not only cost effective, it's easy on your pockets, but it gives good results as well. You can on YouTube check and compare the devices, GoPro, DJI, you have Insta360 as well. And
Okay.
whichever you find which best suits your requirement, you can go for it.
Okay. Okay. So, Jason, finally, this question is for, for parents of people, for parents who want, or whom the child tells that, they want to vlog. So finally, it boils down to kamate kitna ho. This is what I have heard. Yeah, people who vlog make really crazy amount of money. They get free insurance, free air travel. तो ऐसा कुछ है क्या? और है तो कितना सच है? So I think no one would be in a better position than you to answer this. So how much do you make money, or have you started to make money?
So I have just very recently started blogging, and my intention in the beginning was not to get into the earnings bit. For me, as I said, it was a very my passion was it started long back, and I just wanted
Okay.
to put it down as memory. Then later, of course, I do know about the monetization plan of YouTube, and uh, they do give you money, but there are certain criterias involved in it. So for those who don't know about it, the minimum criteria is you need to have 1,000 subscribers. That's the
Okay.
first one. So once you achieve 1,000 subscribers, then you get eligible to
And
get
Jason,
onto
sorry,
their
yeah,
monetization plan.
is it really easy to get 1,000 subscribers? Yeah, ये difficult है वो. Let's be honest.
So to answer that question, I would like to tell you to relate to the time when so we have Instagram and we have YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly everyone uses these. Uh, how many times do we see a channel on Instagram and it's easy to click on that follow button? But we've definitely seen a lot of videos on YouTube, and you tell me how many times have you actually clicked on the subscribe button? Rarely.
Understood. Yeah. So it's
Absolutely.
difficult
So
to
it's
get
very
people
difficult
to
on
click
YouTube to
on that.
get people to subscribe to your channel.
Mm.
And if you notice on my videos at the end, I do put subscribe, like, and comment. But I would like to still keep it very pure and raw. And if people would like your content, they will definitely go for it and they will subscribe on their own and follow
Okay.
you. It's very easy to
Or
just send invites to your hundreds and 200s people and to ask them to
mm,
subscribe, but you're not going to get a very organic growth out of that kind of subscription. So you would want to improve on what you're doing and get real organic subscriptions and people who really like to see your content, and that will help you grow your channel. And then of course the monetization part is definitely it will follow. I am
well said.
on that journey, but honestly, I'm not. It's not why I'm doing it, and
Hmm.
as of now, my journey is really good. I'm liking what I'm doing, and let's see how this goes.
Okay. Okay. So people who want to start blogging, few things here, to put across, have passion for it. Initially, you don't have to buy very expensive equipment. A good phone will do it for you. Third, plan your travel, but obviously, be ready for something which will come up which you have not planned. And fourth, don't do it for money, because initially, if you really enjoy it, money will follow. But when you start, you should start with intention of really enjoying the vlogging which you plan to do.
That's
So,
right.
Jason, thanks. Yeah, I had planned this for like a 10-minute session, but I think we have spoken for much longer than that. So I really enjoyed having this conversation. Yeah, thank you for joining this live session.
Same here. Same
So
here. I can see a lot of comments in the comment section, and um, really glad to see that there. We've got quite a lot of viewers who I hopefully am able to inspire with the kind of travel that I do.
Yes, yes.
And if you really like what I'm doing, or if you like my content, please go and look at the videos that I've posted recently, and do subscribe if you feel like, and I will get more of this content to you in the way that I do, which is a very raw and pure way of vlogging.
Of course. So people, if you want to watch raw content, if you want to watch authentic travel vlogs, please subscribe Jason's channel, People's Traveler. And if you want people like Jason to come to my live, follow me on Instagram. So that's it, Jason. Thanks for joining this
Absolutely.
live. Thank you. Have a good night here.
Thank you so much for conducting this, Pankaj, and we hope to catch up again on similar topics
Yes,
soon.
yes, very soon. Let's plan that.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
See you.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Thank you so much for joining.